Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In today's video I am going to talk about a very important thing related to IELTS writing. Many times this question arises in the minds of students: how their writings are assessed, what is the examiner looking for in their IELTS answer, why they are not getting bands. Most of the times you see that students are complaining that their essay was or their graph answer was up to the mark, and why they could achieve only 6 bands or 5.5 bands. So here I would like to throw light on the criteria, so on the parameters. On the basis of those, your IELTS writing is checked by the examiner. So basically, as you might be knowing that there are 4 criteria. First one is task achievement, which consists 25% of your overall writing band score, and then lexical resources, 25% those contribute in your IELTS writing score. Then cohesion and coherence, 25% are these things, and then grammatical range and accuracy, 25% of your total writing score is assessed on the basis of this criteria, how your grammar is there in your answer. So let me explain each and everything. Everyone knows about these four criteria. In almost all the coaching center, these 4 criteria are described to the student that they should satisfy these 4 criteria to get good band score in IELTS writing. But nobody is explaining to the students that what is actually there in these 4 criteria, what examiners are looking for, what are examiners expecting from the student to write under these 4 criteria. So majority of the students are not aware about these things. So in this video I'll try to explain those important factors of your writing, so that you can keep in your mind that what I'm going to write, what I need to write, what are the examiner's expectation from my answer, am I satisfying all the criteria. So by this you will definitely understand the actual format, and you will follow that format. And if your format is correct, you are providing to the examiner what he or she is demanding from you, then nobody can stop you to achieve very good band score in your writing. So let's move ahead. So friends, as I have explained earlier, that your total writing score is judged on the basis of 4 main criteria, which consists 25% each out of out of 100. And if you are lacking in any of the criteria, your score will be reduced. So if we talk about the first criteria, that is task achievement. Now what does it mean? So first thing which examiner checks in this under this criteria, that is, have you answered all the parts of the question. That is the very basic thing examiner is going to check, right? Sometimes questions are like this. For example, you can see here, the unlimited use of cars may cause many problems, right? This is the simple statement. Now questions are, what are those problems? In order to reduce the problems, should we discourage the people for the use of cars? Now in a single question statement there are 2 sub questions, right? So have you answered all parts of the question? This thing is observed or checked at the first place under the criteria of task achievement, that whether you have answered all the parts of the question. Under the same criterion, there is the second thing, that you should avoid irrelevant ideas. Examiner will check that whether the ideas you have provided are logical, relevant, and he or she will check that thing on the scale of 0 to 9 bands. If your ideas are perfectly logical, relevant, he can assign you 8 bands, 9 bands. If your ideas are completely irrelevant, illogical, you can be assigned 4 bands, 3 bands, 5 bands, like that. So individually these things are checked on the scale of 0 to 9 bands. And under this criterion, third point is explanation of the ideas. Now examiner, under the task achievement criterion, examiner has checked that you have answered all the parts of the questions, your ideas are logical. Third thing he or she is going to check is whether you have provided sufficient explanation for your ideas. Again, this thing will also be judged on the basis of 0 to 9 band scale. Then lastly, there is example to support ideas. Sometimes students miss examples in their writing answer. They think, what is the need to provide examples, right? Sometimes they miss that part, but it is very important. Uh, Examiners are looking for the parameters. They will check you writing on the basis of some parameters, and out of those parameters one thing is mentioned there, that check this thing whether student has provided example to support ideas or not, right? If your example is effective, you can be given 7 bands, 8 bands, 9 bands on the basis of that. And if your example is irrelevant, illogical, it doesn't make any sense, or it is you are giving just local example, it is not of a global context, then you can only get 4 bands, 5 bands on that scale, 4.5 or 5.5 on the band scale of 0 to 9 bands. Then so these are the things: completeness, relevancy, explanation plus example. These 4 things are checked under the criterion of, under the parameter of task response, right? Suppose one student got 5.5 for completeness, 6 for relevancy, 6.5 for explanation, and for example he or she got only 4. So all the bands will be added and average score will be decided. So overall this student will be assigned 5.5 bands for the task response. And one more thing that is very important, that is your word count is also checked under this criterion, whether you have written 250 words or 150 words for graph and letter, or your word count is less than the mentioned limit, right? So this thing is also checked there. If you are not following the instruction, your word count is lesser than the instruction, then your bands will be deducted for that also. So now the main criterion, second criterion is lexical resources. Which things are checked under this? First thing is synonyms, means have you used the synonyms or you're repeating the same word again and again. So there should be no repetition of vocabulary, so you need to provide some synonyms, write some synonyms. This thing is checked under the criterion of lexical resources. Second point which is checked under this criterion, that is use of uncommon words. Whether you are writing your answer in just common words, general words which are very popular words, everyone knows those words, or you are expressing your ideas using some uncommon words which are not commonly used. For example, you are writing about the food and one student is writing tasty, the food is tasty, but other one is writing scrumptious or delicious. So these are the uncommon words, these are not common. This one is very common, so it will make a difference whether you are using common words in your writing or uncommon words. Again, you will be given bands on the scale of 0 to 9 bands. If your words are common, your score under this criteria will be below 5 bands. If you are using uncommon words, your score will automatically jump from 6 band to 9 bands. And for example, this there is one more example. One student is writing about the past time and he or she is using this word in the past time, this, but other one is saying yesteryears. So now this one is not common, so you really need to learn some uncommon vocabulary words. Then third thing under the same section is spelling mistakes. Means you really need to avoid spelling mistakes. Write very carefully. Always do proofreading after writing so that you can check your spelling mistakes by yourself. And one more thing, avoid the use of slangs. It is a formal writing, right? IELTS writing is a formal writing. You can't use any informal language, like you can't say wanna, gonna, like that. Then one more thing, inappropriate use of words. Sometimes students focus on learning complicated words, longer words, and of the times after the exam, students tell that, ma'am, we have used so many complicated words, difficult words in our writing, but we didn't get a good bands. What is the reason? Learning a difficult word is one thing, and using that difficult word at a proper place or appropriately, that is completely a different thing. So you should have proper knowledge how to use different words, whether you are writing any word at a right place or not. This thing will be considered here. Then next is topic related vocabulary. You should show a range of topic related vocabulary. For example, if you are writing about careers, work, you should show some topic related vocabulary, such as you could say job satisfaction word, working environment, workforce, employers. So you should try to use those words which are specific to that topic. You can use make use of collocations, you can make use of phrasal words or idioms. There is a misconception that we can't use any idiom in IELTS writing, but you can use one or two idioms, not more than that. Third main parameter is coherence and cohesion. Now what examiner will check here? First thing is, examiner will check that whether you have provided one main idea per paragraph or you have provided many ideas in a single paragraph. So that thing you should avoid. You should write one main idea in one body paragraph and you should provide the explanation. Second thing is, whether there is introduction of the essay, whether there is conclusion, or are these missing. You can't miss introduction and conclusion. It is checked very carefully by the examiner. Third thing is use of linking words. How many linking words or cohesive devices or transition word you have used, such as moreover, finally, furthermore. Everything is checked there in your writing. Then fourth point is proper format. Have you followed the appropriate format or not? Means format, for example, if you are writing a body paragraph, whether you followed this format, that first of all there should be your main point, then explanation of that point plus example, right? So this is the format to write any body paragraph. Then next thing will be checked variety of linking phrases, and the last thing is ideas should be presented logically. Variety of linking phrases means you are not repeating only moreover again and again. There are many linking words and you should show the variety to the examiner that you have knowledge of many linking phrases. You are not repeating same words again and again, same linking phrases again and again. And lastly, examiners will check that whether your ideas are presented logically or in isolation. Now comes the last parameter, that is grammatical range and accuracy. Now what is checked under this parameter? First thing examiner will check is use of different types of sentences. Whether all the sentences in your writing answer are written in simple format, you are using simple sentences, or have you made compound sentences, or you showed this complex structures in your writing. So there should be a combination of sentences. Somewhere you can write your statement in simple sentence or in compound sentence, and you can say complex sentence. So there should be the variety of different sentence structures. Second thing will be checked that whether there is proper use of tenses. Is there any tense mistake in your answer? If it is there, it will be noticed. So you should have proper knowledge of tenses, because literally examiner will check each and every sentence to check whether the use of tenses is right or wrong. Then punctuation marks. Never undervalue the use of punctuation marks in your IELTS writing. This thing is very important. You should learn how to use different punctuation marks, such as the use of comma, use of semicolon. And then next is proper sentence formation. Now your sentence formations should be correct grammatically. Then next is proper use of grammatical structures, such as there are different parts of grammar. Use of pronouns, use of articles. What are these things? What are adverbs? What are prepositions? What are gerunds? So you should have knowledge all of these things. That's why I suggest you that if your grammar part is weak, you should attend or join some grammar classes, or you should polish your grammatical skills before writing essays for IELTS. Friends, I hope this video will help you to understand how your writing answers are assessed. Some students can have very good knowledge of vocabulary, but they could be weaker in grammatical part. On the other hand, there are some students who have very good knowledge of grammar, but they can't develop ideas properly. Sometimes it happens that students are getting very high band score in one area but very low in other area. Your overall IELTS band score is the cumulative results of different band score you got on the scale of different criteria. So you should work on all the aspects related to IELTS writing, then only you will be able to achieve good band score or desired band score. So I think after watching this video, you should try to find out in which areas you are lacking and which areas need improvement, so that you can work upon those areas. Keep on learning, keep on practicing. Thanks for watching.